Austin, you can't just ask an autistic person if they're going Hannah. Like, it's just autistic tongue tags is what the Hannah do.
Then I'm gonna start doing that at work, and it'll be something like, with barely contained rage. Sure, I'd love to help you.
Yeah. Welcome to the Trains and Pokemon cast. I'm Austin Yorsky. Of course, our sponsor is Tylenol, and we're debuting our brand new slogan: "Man, I love Pokemon and trains."
Look, we know that Tylenol stuff isn't real, because if it was, America would have high-speed rail by now.
Did something happen to Tylenol recently?
It creates autism or something, according to, the current administration.
Oh, okay. One of those things.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But apparently there's also a cure, so maybe I'll be finally able to make eye contact with the cashier at 7-Eleven.
Quinn is living such a blissful life. You're just not seeing any of the evil eye poisons anymore.
I cried 2 straight classes today and had to go home. I don't know if I'm living the dream, Austin.
Okay, well, everyone's fighting their own battles. Tylenol gives its most dangerous battles to its strongest soldiers.
And again, those battles are looking the 7-Eleven cashier in the eye.
Yeah. I'm Austin Yorsky, patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. Wow, that's really easy to remember. What a great branding exercise I've done there. You can find all kinds of bonus podcasts. I'm kind of the funny one of the show. And I'm here joined with Quinn Larios, patreon.com/weekly manga recap, kind of the sexual one, kind of the erotic member of the crew.
I mean, I don't mind being the Blanche of the group. Everyone knows that she was probably the best Golden Girl, depending on how much you enjoyed a Dorothy retort or not. But yeah, I'll take that. I'm playing DiCaprio Devereaux. She's a diamond dragon. She has a lot of items. I have a zipper costume rack, Gucci sunglasses, Dyson sphering. My perfume Illusion was destroyed, so that doesn't exist anymore. I'm taking it out of my inventory now. I left that in there so you, the audience, could get a mental picture of it exploding in the mental inventories you're keeping of all of us. I still have, though, the Never End Dolls disc, the landscape, the R.I.P. Prada bag, the beautiful quill, my designer pearl chocolates, a Morbine banana, and then I have the ladder in there until Austin tells me otherwise.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing the, ludonarrative synchronicity there with the reading your items and reminding everyone that one of them exploded. That's why we did that this season. So it all worked out. It's all according to Keikaku.
Hey, Austin. Hey.
Yeah?
Hey, these nuts. I'm
Okay, well, that was before recording. The audience won't know why that was so funny. I mean, I appreciated it. Thank you, Laura. Because you were playing Hades, and I was saying Hades nuts, and no one laughed. Thank you.
I'm Laura. I'm the funny one. I'm challenging you, Austin.
Patreon.com/LauraKBuzz.
Yeah, that's the one. I play Doc Hop. I've got stuff in my inventory. I've got a trash bag of holding, an out-of-date pop-up book of Goblin history, a lucky plush rabbit's foot, a child's first trading card deck of No Synergy, a kid's plastic spy kit, no I don't, that's been stolen, a tinfoil telepath hat, a dire muskrat with an ornate magical saddle, a floppy disk that says where Dad's old stuff is, a digital reminder watch, and some golden gym shorts. And I'm made of steam.
God, it would have been so fucking funny if they had heard the D's nuts bit before and then it all wrapped back around.
Well, yeah,
God,
but
they would...
now they get to piece it together in real time. The funniest way to hear a joke, the best way to hear a joke is for someone to explain it later after it was funny.
Just the punchline, yeah.
I mean, that's how all comedy should be done. Hey everybody, I'm Dan. I'm, I guess, the Sophia of the group in the Golden Girls scenario. We have half constructed. I've got like a bunch of magic items. I'm a pair of epaulets now. I've eaten them. They're part of my body. So that's cool. My gavel of dispel magic was stolen, so I still have a Surgeon General's coat. My golden gloves of contact mic, a regular anvil, humdrums ring, a TV lamp, a compass, and my new item, the sweatbands of Ri'Chard Psymons, the mind flayer aerobics instructor.
That's your new item that you got in the Chriselle Tarith. Last episode, we were brainstorming a little bit on air, but didn't settle on anything. You want to tell the audience what that does, as well as what being an epaulette does? Because I don't know if you've explicitly said your epaulette powers.
Yes. So what the sweatbands of Ri'Chard Psymons will do is I was really strapped for figuring out what the fuck is going to be an item that shows like a level of like leadership / like being the being the top shit of everything, and also shows self-improvement. So the only thing I could really settle on at the end was someone who is good at something and also teaching someone else, hence Ri'Chard Simmons. And what that'll do is when Austin declares an attack against Hop or DiCaprio, before he actually rolls, I will declare I'm going to use my sweatbands, and it will target my AC instead of theirs.
Ri'Chard Simmons feels like the kind of reference we should be making and you should be confused by. He was born, like, a couple of days after World War II ended. I don't know why you're referencing him and we're not.
My mom had me at, like, 44, so I've got, like, a weird, subset of knowledge, because she's skewing much older than most people in my age range. As a result,
the Pokemon and Trains podcast also sponsored by Older Parents, brought to you by Tylenol.
Is Ri'Chard Simmons alive? No, he is. Oh, he died last year. Oh, too bad. Well, unfortunately, not a timely choice.
In memoriam, this episode in remembrance of Ri'Chard Simmons, beloved exerciser.
Beautiful man. Anyway, my epic...
Searching Ri'Chard Simmons allegations before I sign off on that one.
Well, things were different back then. yes, he worked a couple of housewives to death with his aerobicizing, but like, who didn't die of a cocaine-fueled jazzercise in the 70s?
I'll be honest, it took me far too long to realize you weren't talking about Gene Simmons, and to go, oh, that one.
Well, there will be some allegations there, yes. Anyway, I have fused with my epaulettes, and the ability I have gained from being the conduit of deserving is a little bit different than just the inspiring leader feat. To cut to the chase, I have taken the epic boon that has given me proficiency in every skill.
You were tired of failing rolls and looking like a clown?
Well, yeah, now we're truly gonna see what my luck is, because I'm predicting I'm going to roll 3 botches in a row this episode. simply negating any sort of proficiency whatsoever.
Okay, well, I am adding the face paint of the evil clown to Horde, so if we want to get a Gene Simmons reference in there too at some point, we can do that as well. Do a little Gene Simmons versus Ri'Chard Simmons, see who wins.
Oh, why hasn't that been done on one of those death battle shows yet? What's the power scaling for Gene Simmons? Now, Gene Simmons, long tongue. Ri'Chard Simmons, very active. How does that work out?
Yeah, Quinn. How does that work out?
I'm busy searching if Celebrity Deathmatch did a match between Gene Simmons and Ri'Chard Simmons. That seems like where it would have happened. You new bucks are too busy thinking of, the modern death battle and who fights who in a YouTube series. But back in the day, we had art where 2 claymation figures killed each other so we could make fun of celebrities.
Ri'Chard Simmons, Gene Simmons, they're bloodlusted in a blank environment. Who wins?
Sadly, there was no Ri'Chard Simmons, Gene Simmons match. There was a Ri'Chard Simmons versus Billy Blanks match, though, just in case you wanted to remember all these 90s pop culture figures.
Oh, no. Okay, so last we left the adventure, DiCaprio made a big speech. Does anybody have anything they want to add to that recap? To that very thorough restating?
Yeah, can I add uh-oh?
You absolutely can add uh-oh, yeah.
Yeah, alright, there you go. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we were talking through how we felt about some stuff, and then our hands were forced a little bit.
I think Rex is fully baffled by this, because he doesn't understand how this could, corresponds to what she has done up to this point. And he has no idea, in his mind, this is, how he thinks that Desdemona is supporting the idea of small folk becoming dragons, but not, taking incredible active action on it, right? Because he doesn't understand. He does not, he can't, square the circle on this yet, until something else happens.
Hope's just going, God, I wish he'd fucking clued me on this like 10 minutes ago, this would have made it easier to... I guess it would have been a different conversation with Rex about how we get to the guess point with the wish or whatever.
I'm basically making political suicide for the purpose of making it impossible for any dragon to have compliant small folk without them actively working towards finding a way to equalize the power between dragons and small folk.
Oh, she wants to change the Okay, all right. I guess getting a better understanding now.
Yeah, she is. It's not like she is like, oh, we have a specific idea. She is literally being as vague and as coy about it as possible because she wants every dragon to now have to panic to figure out, like, how do I dissolve? How do I diffuse this situation? All my small folk are like, when do I become a dragon? When's dragon time?
Yeah, I think the room erupts into chaos and people are trying to run up and ask you questions, but they're all, 10,000-pound implacable death lizards, so it's a kind of a clusterfuck, and Hop and Rex, you pull your sister aside and, like, have this conversation, because I think if I was an audience member, I'd be like, wait, what do you mean? What's happening? Explain, please, I'm so scared.
Yeah, hi. What happened to like a day ago or whenever it was when we decided that was terrible? Sorry, that we had like major concerns about this.
Things changed.
And those things are, I would love to hear. I'm open to being convinced, but I would love to hear some of them.
We nearly killed Dad.
What does that have to do with this?
It means I have faith in the both of you.
To what? Get these other dragons to agree or do something about this? What?
To survive whatever happens, Rex. To push things forward.
As you're all having this conversation, dragons are trying to get to you, and your dad is pushing them back, saying, "No, she's had too much to drink. She's joking. It's a little family meme. You wouldn't understand." Is like trying to give you free space to talk as people are trying to rush you to be like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Rex goes, "I'm sorry. So you don't have an actual, idea for this. You've just thrown this out there. You've lit a fire."
I've put a movement forward. I want to make sure that the goal you're trying to achieve doesn't pitch you against all of the dragons.
Well, I think it's gonna sort of do that no matter what. But then let me ask you directly, in hammer blunt language, are you going to get in my way?
No.
And then Rex is gonna turn to Hop. And because she just had a very, non-committal, you can convince me conversation a little while ago, you gonna try to stop me still?
Hop's gonna say, I maintain what was the case 5 minutes ago. I could click my hands and do shit at the expense of some of my lifespan, but I do need like a plan.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking, are you going to try to stop anything else I do?
I don't know what you're planning to do or what she's planning to do, so I don't know if I'm gonna try and stop it.
I don't need your lifespan.
In fairness, I don't plan anything else. It's already done. I've done everything I wanted to do, and now it's just responding to it. So there's no more plans here.
Rex, you ask me for a yes or no if I'm gonna try and stop you. I don't. Neither of you are telling me shit, so I don't know.
DiCaprio has opened the floor into turning small folk, at the very least on some level, into an equivalent state to dragons. Regardless of you not even having to lift a finger to do it, are you going to get in my way if I try to do something that, fine for the sake of it, does not involve your many blue women?
I have the same concerns I did previously. I am open to being convinced that is not a concern. A lot of it's going to come down to specifics.
Your dad tried to argue with people. No, it's a mistranslation. I think when she said small folk, she meant Ulysses because he's so young. He's going to be a dragon today. It's his quinceañera.
So, I'm trying to think through Hop's various priorities here. Opinion of whether this is a smart idea or not. A lot of Hop's whole thing with her hoard is that the value of the things she collects, they have value because they are important to creatures that have an inherently short life. The things that are valued by a species that is around by species that are around for such little time. Fundamentally, a change like this would basically stop more things coming into the world of the thing that Hop has dedicated her life to hoarding.
Does Hop voice that concern?
I'm thinking through whether she voices it. I apologize for this taking me a second.
No,
problem.
take your time. I'm sorry. I spilled something on people because I just wanted to not spoil it ahead of time, I guess.
Because putting aside, genuinely, Hop is being sincere when she says, I am not opposed to this specifics pending. I need to be convinced that it's not a terrible idea. I want to hear the specifics of what it would mean.
Yeah, unfortunately, the problem is the last time Rex pitched compromises, that was portrayed as being an open option, and then he got backstabbed, so he's incredibly hesitant.
But yeah, to finish the thought I was making, I do think that this idea is more... how do I put this? There is a question that I don't think necessarily exists for the other dragons here, which is, what would Hop's identity be after this? Because doing something to fundamentally end your own hoard is not a thing I think many dragons have to contend with.
Can you have Hop voice that in character? Because Rex would have something to say back to that.
Yeah, Hop will say out loud, I am not saying no, but I need you to... I need you to bear in mind that this is gonna be a bigger part of... I don't know any dragon who has ever been part of an action that has ended their hoard, and I don't know what my identity is gonna be after this. And that is a lot to process. I don't know what I will be if we do this.
Rex looks to his sister, and he softens a bit, and he looks at her and tries to make, I guess, a plea or a question to her, and says, what would have more value in your hoard? Pictures of a human's family that he kept for 60 years before he died? Or a treasured picture of his child that he kept for 1,000?
You are assuming that they would. I study this stuff. There have been small folk who have been born mortal and have had their lives extended. And it does change them. I love the idea of small folk loving their items as strongly for 1,000 years as they would have done for 60. But they don't. The thing that makes my horde what it is the fact that they know they have so little time. They love these things in a way that just doesn't happen for longer-lived species. And you know why I know that? Because I have never loved anything as much as these tiny creatures love the things they have. That's why I hoard these things. Because I am trying to understand how a thing that means nothing can mean so much. And it seems to be because they're not around very long. I do genuinely believe that this will end my horde. And I know that a dragon can move on to another horde. We have pretty strong suspicions Dad did. It's not unheard of. And it's not me saying I won't, but it is a factor, and it's why I need to know there's a plan that isn't gonna fuck us all over and that has been thought through. If I'm gonna have to move on to something else to define me.
So Hop opened herself up in this moment, in explaining this, and you know what, Rex accepts the point she's making. He might not he can't necessarily comprehend it. It's not his horde. He doesn't get it. To him, it's the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
But he will be blunt, and as he has already said, he's going to do what he's going to do no matter what. And just simply say, I intend to infuse small folk with incredible amounts of dragon blood and other magical materials.
You'll need candidates for that. People willing to undergo experimentation. People willing to try it. I can help you find people like that.
And you're willing to do that? More than just throwing the grenade and letting the explosion happen?
What grenade, Rex?
Rex gestures out to the room and says, there is a difference between starting the race and participating in it.
Yes, and I know that this is something you're passionate about. You're going to be able to accomplish something I can't, because you actually care, Rex. And I don't have it in me to care about that many people.
Hop is gonna look at DiCaprio and is just gonna say, you really did make Ulysses' day not about him, huh?
He was supposed to talk before this, and then it was going to be a conclusion. It was going to be a whole thing.
I mean, you could have done this like tomorrow. You could have sent like a letter out or something.
I couldn't do that, actually. It was important it was done while small folk were present. I don't trust that dragons wouldn't try to immediately suffocate this news.
Okay, I maintain you could have ended your speech, let Ulysses do the thing, and then come back and go, actually, one more thing. We owe Ulysses a big fucking apology.
I apologize to the both of you as well.
For what?
Making that decision without your input.
I think Rex smiles, but he does, I guess, have... I don't want to call it a shitty remark, because there is some warmth. He's, like, appreciating what she's done here, right? And what she is saying. But he does feel the need to be a little bit of a shitheel and say, when you're my sister, I get used to it. As he's smiling.
And we're doing this with all small folk. Like, there's gonna be none left. We're gonna have to do the finding stuff for a horde manually.
I mean, just math-wise, it could not be literally every single living small folk in the world, and I imagine there is a level of, how am I gonna put this, consent that would have to be involved with this? You can offer a discount at a store, it doesn't mean someone's gonna take it.
Yeah, but they would be a fool not to. Dragons are great. As are discounts?
Out of character, I'll say I think it's important to get on the same page about this, because this is the stakes of the rest of the season, I think, is like what exactly you all are planning to do. You've put yourself in an interesting position because your enemy, Desdemona, is also trying to do something similar, but I think there is like a crucial difference here. I've been thinking a lot about like strange alliances through history, like America and the Soviet Union being on the same side of World War II, right? Where it's like, hey, these people shouldn't have been friends. What's going on there? Like, if that was a world building element in a fantasy fiction, you'd be like, plot hole, these people wouldn't get along, you know? So there's a lot of nuances that maybe we should nail down about what exactly we're trying to accomplish at this point.
I mean, I'd be looking to the person that threw this grenade into the room for that. I'm wondering, do you have specifics in mind, or did you just light the match and run?
I mean, DiCaprio's gonna kind of look and hold on. DiCaprio's gonna like take a long drink and be like, I have ideas I want to pursue, but it sounds like Rex has one that's already on the table. Plus, wouldn't the advantage be that now every dragon needs to figure out some way to participate in this?
I think the problem is still on us to get them on board with that so that they don't just all murder us to stop it happening.
See, that's the real rub of this. If they do that, then they get murdered by their small folk. So, you know.
I don't know if they do. Dragons are big and strong and can just fly up high and breathe down.
Yeah, if a leader does something, the people will immediately rise up and stop them, Laura. I don't know if you know about this, but you actually can't get away with doing anything wrong or selfish as a leader, because you will be overthrown.
It wasn't that it was selfish. It's that people are going to be told, like, essentially I feel like I'm like the vice president came in, is like, everyone's gonna get $10,000. And then like the next day you're like, oh no. And it's like, oh well, people are gonna be really angry about that. And there's a context in this world that adventurers go out and then kill dragons afterwards.
Yeah, but the difference is if we're gonna go take out the president for, like, going back on their promises or whatever, and the president just flies up in the air and drops a nuke. Like,
yeah, but we also have nukes.
I'm glad everyone keeps saying nukes, because I think I started this season by saying Dragon Cold War. Obviously, there's comparisons that can be made here that I don't want to do like just one-to-one allegory. But if we have to make a comparison, Desdemona is basically for the kind of status quo we have in this world, which is that there are certain people who deserve their powers and that they should be in control of everything. That is the kind of mutually assured destruction status quo. You all are enforcing the Gladys Accords, which can go one of two ways, like at its extremes, which is nobody gets nukes, throw everything off the side, or everybody gets nukes, duplicate everything. And that is, I think those are like the three main like extreme possibilities. And I will say, as a Ukraine used to have nukes and it was not invaded, and then it gave up its nukes. So it's something I've been thinking about recently.
Well, this is also sort of a third option, which is, what if anyone could be a country and then also potentially get a nuke?
Yeah, no, DiCaprio just got up at a podium and tapped the mic and says, everyone gets nukes.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing, Dan. It's not just anyone can become a country and could get a nuke. It's anyone can become a country and they get a free nuke when that happens. They're just given like a little introductory nuke.
Rex will say this to Hop, saying like, well, what's to stop, the dragons who don't want this from just obliterating the small folk that do. And Rex will say, do you not remember how our species was nearly driven to extinction by dragon slayers?
I feel like do this or they'll overthrow you. is not a way to sell this to the other dragons that doesn't get the other dragons just killing us anyway. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, like, it isn't possible that an uprising could happen. What I'm saying is, if we don't sell the other dragons on this and get them on board, we are very at risk if we just expect the uprising to save us.
My goal is to make it so that we're not all in danger. I'll be taking all that heat.
I know that that's in theory what you want. I don't think it's just gonna... I don't think it's gonna work that way.
That's why I'm suggesting we play off the fact that this will essentially ensure that our species cannot go extinct. I mean, there's already half-breeds running around the mountains. Dragons famously breed with a lot of things.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying there are follow-up questions to that, and we should probably, like, spitball some of those quickly, right?
Oh, I mean, this is going to be a shit show where we are going to be having to probably fight with people. You're not going to convince all of them.
No. I'm just saying we should probably have a plan that is thought through so that we have as much of a chance of winning as many of them over as we can. We only get one first shot at presenting this. Okay, well, I guess that already happened, but...
Austin, can I do a history check? What are creatures in the D&D world who can cast Wish?
Yeah, you absolutely can do a history check.
I was going to do this as a downtime, but I'll just do this now. 30.
Yeah, with that, I will say that the most powerful things in the D&D universe are called outsiders. There's a number of categories of them, roughly with the alignments and the planes. So genies, angels, devils, demons, archfey, cardinals. They're like the pinnacle of like each of the kind of planescape extreme outsiderness thing. So there's a kind of, it seems like a lot of things, but when you nail it down, there's like only a couple of each thing. There's like the 9 most powerful devils, the 666 most powerful demons, like a certain amount of I think 7 angels or something. There actually aren't that many individuals at any given time, and mostly Wish is used to duplicate other spells. So as far as like
also
wishing,
me, I can do it too.
well, I was gonna say, if people like you have a kind of wish where you're casting from your hit points. Like, if you, Laura, wanted to say every downtime, I use wish to turn a goblin into a dragon, that's fine. If you start being like, I want to turn, goblins as a whole into dragons, I want to change like physics so oxygen has 6 hydrogen molecules or something, you are suddenly a shriveled husk. You have nuked yourself. I don't know if this subtext was clear. That's what they were going to do to Gertrude.
No.
They were going to milk her ass until she was dust.
Yeah, no. I am aware of that.
Okay.
And, I am aware that, like, the idea of Hop is aware that realistically that might be one of the paths that gets to what is being proposed.
Austin. Question.
I'm Austin.
Is a spell like Wish, like, the issue is that it takes a tremendous amount of power, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Can I harness a nuke to that benefit?
I don't know. With a 30, I want to tell you, I think it would be an incredibly risky thing. It's not something you would just say, like, I detonate the nuke into a wish, and that does what I want. There would be, like, a bunch of rolls, and I, Austin Yorsky, don't know all the effects. I think it would be, sorry to stay on the nuclear topic, we'd be doing some Manhattan Project shit. Like, you 3 need to spend an arc in the desert wearing cool hats, looking into the middle distance, being like, damn, it's crazy, I look like Cillian Murphy right now.
And then you like cheat on your wife or something. I've never seen Oppenheimer, so I have no idea.
Yeah, all of you are cheating on your wife. Yeah, that's an important part of splitting the atom is cheating on your wife. Unfortunately, that's just how it is.
I become deaf. I'm going to cheat on my wife now.
I don't make the rules. That's physics.
To split the atom, you first must split your relationship.
Yeah, I don't know how much is hidden from all the siblings at this point. I think Dan/Rex knows, you are working on Megalon, a material made from dragon breath and dragon blood containing the will of dragons that will in some way allow small folk to become dragons. I don't know if we've just said on screen, like, hey, I'm building a thing, and then I'll give it to people, and then they'll be dragons. That stuff is, I think, still a little abstract at this point. But assume now you are in a arms race with Desdemona. She only wants some people to be dragons. You, at this point, I think, want everyone to be dragons. That is the conflict.
Yeah, Rex's stance is basically, if anyone wants to have this happen and strive for it, fine, fucking take it. Like,
Yeah.
that's his entire worldview of like, if you're gonna take a shot, take your shot, right? He's not gonna force it on every person of the world, but he's gonna think the people that don't want to take it are maybe not as committed as they should be.
Viola's alternative was throw everything off the edge, get rid of it all. This is all bad and is only going to get messy and complicated. And it sounds like we're taking that one off the table, which is fine. I just want to acknowledge that was like the third main branch of what to do about this specific thing, like nuclear proliferation in our extended annoying metaphor.
Hop is not necessarily on board with the plan, but I think, like, I keep thinking about the way that, like, where Hop lands on this, which is her world and her circle keep shrinking, and at this point, it's just hold on to your siblings for dear life, I think, is where she's left. So, she's on board if this is where they're going.
At the beginning of the season, you said, Hop is the one who likes small folk and Rex is like the biggest dick to them, and that we have gotten here organically. It doesn't feel like suddenly you all just woke up one morning and swapped positions, but that you are the skeptical one and he is the committed one is, I think, an incredibly interesting plot.
Again, to be clear, like, Hop likes the idea of small folk in the same way that, like, if you imagine a world where God is looking down, essentially treating humanity as a game of The Sims, it's, Hop enjoys watching the little routines go on and enjoys the things they make and, like, the stuff that comes out of their lives and being around them, but not necessarily the idea of, like, oh, if you stop existing in a way that's, like, beneficial to me and what I enjoy.
Yeah, what if the Sims started coming out of the screen and grabbing your hand while you were trying to do stuff on your computer? What if they started going...
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no.
Hop clicks the roundup option at the CVS to donate to charity. She does not go to the soup kitchen.
Well, no, I think it's, I'm going to go further than that and go, she actively dislikes the idea of the soup kitchen because it takes some of the drama out of the little lives they're going on about.
I think that's interesting. I think if all of you were 100% on the same page, that would be a little less drama, a little less juicy.
She is not a great person when put into the position of, you could have better things for these small folk at the expense of the things that right now you enjoy out of them. Weirdly, I was thinking about this a bunch. I recently visited the Van Gogh Museum, and, like, a lot of Van Gogh's early paintings are him going to rural communities as someone that had a lot more money than them, and going and painting rural peasant life, and specifically trying to, like, I'm trying to capture this inherent existence of peasant life that's so beautiful, while drawing miserable peasants, and making them look miserable in his paintings of them, and being like, yes, I've captured the essence of what their life is. It's this weird outsider. You find something beautiful about them, but you don't want to make things materially better for them.
Mm-hmm. And I think part of, like, your disillusionment, maybe, or you all can add to this, was that you're all like, yeah, I love small folk, I'll stand up for their rights, and they're like, we want the right to have slaves, and you're like, oh. So I don't know how that squares the circle there.
Yeah, I mean, Rex's viewpoint in the moment was, it's specifically, like, genie slaves, to which that's, like, an internal genie issue he doesn't particularly care about, I guess. And he also looks at like, well, half of like, I mean, his mother is his mother, and that's how she treats her small folk already. So it's like that's not really any different than how dragons already act half the time. So like, how is he gonna rag on them for this? Really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I guess maybe I just need to make the subtext text at this point. DiCaprio is doing something very stupid. I think because she has gone down multiple times. She did not see the end of the fight with her dad, had to have it told to her later. She feels her life is already like on the downswing, like it is inevitable that something bad is going to happen to her. So she is intentionally trying to lightning rod herself, because she knows if she doesn't, Rex is going to continue with this plan no matter what, and she worries that it's going to get him killed. So she is trying to basically turn the attention to herself in a big showy way while giving Rex the freedom to try to explore his idea without all of the attention on him.
Giving Liechtenstein a nuke to help your brother out.
To DiCaprio, there's nothing else that matters, though. Like, she doesn't have a want beyond her two siblings. You know, she just wants them to be happy. So
Yeah, so she just publicly declares that she's going to do a thing that will irreparably destroy her sister's hoard, you know, because, you know, that's how you protect them.
DiCaprio is going to solemnly kind of recognize that there is a lot of anxiety in Hop about this decision and what it means for Hop's hoard. And DiCaprio is going to... I think she communicates to you in emotions that we feel in our link, because she doesn't know how to say these words out loud. But you feel from her an utmost faith in you, like a kind of unconditional level of support that she doesn't necessarily feel towards Rex in the same way. She thinks you are more capable than him and that you will survive anything, whereas she feels she needs to do this to protect Rex.
Little does she know, I have proficiency in all skills now. I have a 1 in history.
That is a big deal. It is also the thing, too, of like, all of her siblings are getting like cool epic boons and are becoming like astonishing like new dragons, the likes of which the world has never seen, and she just gets worse as every arc kind of goes along.
There is a sort of power scale difference between the 2 epic boons and I think the 14 AC, the Runegate
It's actually, I believe, 13 now.
Ooh.
Okay, I was doing the Pearl AC bonus, just to kind of freestyle it there. If you want a different thing for bringing the Conduit and Resilience, feel free to workshop that with me, Quinn. We can trade. You can go back to AC 4.
I'm not trying to argue it. I'm working with...
Quinn, try to argue it. I've learned this over the few seasons I've been here. You have to argue.
No,
It's the only...
Give Moldova a nuke, Yorsky.
There is literally a boon of resilience, resistance to all bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical weapons. Just take it, Quinn.
I am fine working with the stuff that was given to me as the context for the season. I think it is actually very interesting that the older sibling, the society where the eldest are supposed to be the strongest, she is the one who is like continuously being less and less impressive than her siblings.
Quinn making an extremely Catholic character yet again.
To respond to that, because obviously DiCaprio and Hop can sort of feel each other's feelings even if we're not saying things out loud. I think in response to DiCaprio's unspoken feeling, I think what she gets back from Hop basically is the feeling of, it's amazing how quickly things have changed. That not that long ago, I was the being shit on sibling, And now I'm apparently the one that's just. It's okay that this is happening to me because I'll survive it, and that's Hop feels real conflicted about that, but she's very much just in a position now of, what am I gonna do? Fight against both my siblings? I had one fight with Rex not that long ago and it fucking sucked. I don't want to fight you both again. So yeah, I'll survive it.
Does she believe that though? Like, does she believe that she is this, like, that the way DiCaprio sees her is authentic? Because I've formed this based on what has happened throughout the season, which is like Hop has succeeded at like everything she's ever tried to do and become like a cataclysmic dragon.
No. To be clear, Hop does believe that DiCaprio feels that way, and she can see why DiCaprio feels that way. But I think what it boils down to is, you're the strong sibling that can succeed and power through things. It's okay to dump this extra weight on you. And that feels shitty. And, like, Hop is very much like, you're not wrong, I will. But it's not nice to feel like I succeeded and I got better in spite of everything, and my reward for that is I gotta be the one to give up now. I don't know if it's a fair feeling for Hop, but I think it's her initial response to that.
Oh, sure. I think it's actually a very fair feeling for Hop, because DiCaprio is dropping something on both of you in a selfish way. But I will say, like, if you ever are looking for what DiCaprio's feeling is in that bond, she does have, like, just a complete faith in you. That I don't know how to, like, describe that as a feeling, but, like, that is what you feel on the other end.
Yeah. And I think, it's maybe gonna need a minute, but I think there is a bit of Hop that goes, okay, fuck it, I start anew if I have to. I will rise to this, we will make this work. I will lead us into this being successful if that's what we need to do. You know what, fuck it. Thesis statement from Hop to make a point of this. Hop is going to turn to, I've forgotten the goblin's name on the stilts.
Schmiggles or something?
Schmigglesby?
Schmigglesby, yeah.
Is that it? Schmigglesby. Is going to turn to Schmigglesby and go, how would you feel about becoming a dragon right now?
Hell yeah. Dragon me!
Fuck it. Hop is going to, in front of this crowd, with everyone, like, crowding around at the edges, asking questions, trying to get to us, she is gonna very visibly use a cast of Wish to turn Schmegglesby into a dragon.
Fuck yeah.
In front of this crowd, publicly. Because fuck it. If Hop needs to rise up and make this work for the siblings, she's gonna fucking make a moment of it. She's gonna go for it.
Turns to Goblin, crotch chops dragon.
Now, I have one request, Austin.
Okay.
Can this goblin becoming a dragon stay blue? Can this be a blue dragon? A blue dragon?
I would think so, yeah, absolutely. Blue dragons, lightning breath, evil. I know, like, the basic outline of their whole situation, but this is your power that you risked everything for last arc. So why don't you paint me the picture? This is a big thing. So set the scene. You were at this party. DiCaprio, like, went up in front of everybody, clinked a glass, made a big speech. There was an immediate rush to the stage. Your dad ran interference. He was like, holding his hands out, being like, "Oh, this is an inside joke. We say things like this sometimes when we drink too much." And you three, like, retreated to a hall, like in this dragon-sized museum. You're having this hushed, passionate conversation between siblings. On the other side of the door is all these dragons freaking out, and then you just take Schmegglesby, and then paint me the picture of what you do here.
I think the picture here is that Hop will take Schmegglesby like right back out to where the crowd is, and will simply, as loud as she can, declare, projecting to the back of the crowd, "My sister is correct. This is not a joke. We will be finding ways for more dragons to join our community. We were almost wiped out once, and we will not let it happen again. As proof that this is possible, welcome another new dragon to our community." And Hop will cast Wish on Smegglesby.
So big and blue, obviously. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
I can't believe this dragon
Yeah.
paid off. Or I can't believe this goblin paid off, that this was the whole arc was leading to.
And you know what, Austin? We joked about it, but this is a third big blue lady now.
Yeah.
And I believe you've underscored in the last episode, might be dangerously obsessed with you.
Yeah, well, that's a third blue lady who's big and obsessed with me.
Oh,
Genuinely, this might be the
Oh,
new horde.
does this fuck up the date? Because that goblin thinks it was for them now.
I think at the third smash roll, I think there was an implication that that's where the encode thoughts memory would end. You could extend it if you want. I wouldn't.
No. It's ended. It's ended.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that big giant cast of light. I think the transformation is obscured in Steam, because obviously a little bit of Hop is being used up to do this. And what initially is obscured in a ball of steam starts to emerge as a large blue dragon.
Yeah, so this goblin, I think we said before, was like, an adult, but not elderly, right? So, what kind of blue dragon are you picturing? Like your age, adult dragon, not like huge and cantankerous, but like, I'm just trying to get the image in my mind.
I would say similarly aged, yes. Are there kinds of blue dragons I should be thinking of?
If I may make a suggestion, blue dragons, I believe, are generally desert dwelling in D&D, and they famously have like a big horn as part of their design. There's the horny toad, or the horned lizard.
Oh, that was the final boss of season 4.
Motherfucker. See, I don't know if I've told this story on air. I once had a dream where Austin told me, "Sorry, Dan, hairy elbows were done in season 6." And this continuously occurs throughout every fucking season of Dice Bug. You've done everything. End the show. It's all over.
We can't end this show until we give Puerto Rico a nuke. I'm sorry.
Right. What a good blue reptiles.
What's the one that shoots blood out of its eyes? Is that the horny toad?
That's the one. Sorry, that's the one we did. That was the villain of season 4.
Okay. Hold on. Spiky lizards.
Don't say the satanic leaf-tailed gecko. We did that one too. I know you're thinking the satanic leaf-tailed gecko, but I'm ahead of you.
The regal horned lizard.
Okay, let me Google.
Season 2, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a good one though. Regal horned lizard. That's a handsome fella.
That's a good one. If we can make one of those blue, sure.
This is Flat Fuck Friday. I love this guy. Oh, it's because he's got a little crown. This seems like more like what you would turn someone into, because they got a crown of thorns.
Look, we've used a lot of the spiky lizards already,
That's true.
so we have a limited amount of options at this point.
Oh, there is a thing called a goblin lizard.
Fuck yes, fucking Laura. I knew I believed in you. I never doubted.
Is this a real thing, or is it... No, sorry, this is on the speculative evolution wiki. I don't think it's real. Give me a sec.
No.
Doesn't sound quite
Fuck.
right.
Hold on, though. We can figure this out. Utah's new goblin-like lizard from the age of dinosaurs. A new lizard just dropped.
Yeah, the Goblin Prince dinosaur. Bolg Amondol has been dubbed the Goblin Prince of Dinosaurs.
Yes, that's from The Hobbit. I'm looking at the same article you are. Presumably, this is, 2 months old?
Yeah, okay, when this but blue is what Schmegglesby is turning into. The Goblin Prince of Dragons.
The Goblin Prince, yes. We're so good at podcasting. Schmegglesby, the blue dragon, is flying around the big great hall of DiCaprio's lair, lightning crackling off of her, everyone's oohing and awing. There's a brief moment where it seems like peace is beautiful, the future is bright. And then Rosaline, the ancient red dragon, fucking tackles her and starts goring her in front of everyone because she is fucking pissed. What do you do?
Oh god. Are either of my siblings here helping, or is this on me?
Every dragon that should be here is here. It's still the party. This is everyone's witnessing this. Rosalind just completely lost her shit.
We're out of uses for we still yeah. All of our uses of previously used magic items are still up, right?
What does that mean? What are you trying to?
I was going to plane shift the blue dragon away to the Dragonery.
So that, yeah, your compass you tried to use on the vault guarding robot, right? And it failed, so it's gone, so it's not used anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Correct.
So I was confirming because these are like weeks long parties. I wasn't sure how we were playing with it at this point.
No, this is the climax of the arc. All the resources you used are still gone because this makes this the most dramatic possible climax.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I might be the, besides, I guess, our father, one of the only dragons here physically large enough to try to restrain his mother. So I guess he just has to grapple his mom.
Okay, yeah, guy pulled up an ancient red dragon sheet here too. She's saying, you know your place. This is obscene. This is disgusting. What's happening to the children these days? Strength contest.
I'm so sorry for how we've ruined our little boy's special day.
All right.
Oh, on the bright side, this is an athletics check, I believe, according to the grapple rules I'm reading.
Okay.
So
Earlier this
I am going
arc, you bit your dad. Now it's time to wrestle your mom.
All right, this is my best ability. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Is this even hold on.
Holy shit! Holy shit! I crit. Look at that.
Well, that's a problem.
Look at that.
How am I? 25. So yeah, I'm not winning it yet.
29 to 25, and I crit.
Can we roll anything to help assist to get over that crit?
I think you could all make a role-playing choice to intervene, but I think because it's a crit, I want to specify something here, which is that you are a young adult red dragon. Your mom is an ancient red dragon. She always, she's very loving. She dotes on you. She's been a sweetie pie on screen the whole season, even when you disagree with her. But there's a brief flash of the kind of, final boss person she is. Like, she has ended many an adventuring party's history. She launches you back, and you're like, oh, I forgot my mom is her. She has that dog in her.
Austin, I'd like to use a layer action. We're in my house, right?
Yes. Yeah, no, absolutely.
And everything lining my house are the different wardrobes and everything I've worn throughout that. Can I say that my wardrobes are capable of casting my spells? Like, they are inherently channeled with an energy that I use. Like, I specify, like, each spell has its own pose and everything like that. So, like, I want there to be, like, a outfit that's, like, casting, I don't know, imprisonment right now on Rosalind. Because it's just like, hey, you got to get out of here. You can't be causing shit in my house.
So, yeah, layer actions are for pulling bullshit on me, specifically, I think, this season. So try to have fights with your house. Tell me what you want to do here, because, I want to know about your spell slot situation. Do you have any imprisonment left, or is it what you're trying to do is imprisonment as a layer action?
Imprisonment as a layer action is the idea that, like, in my mind, if you ever had to have the raid boss against DiCaprio, it would be randomized what spell slot level gets cast, but right now, she has, I guess, the freedom to do it. And she is going to try to do that because I do not have any level 9 or 8 spell slots or anything that's high level that can stop this.
I mean, if you want to use one, Hop's got one left, but if we can do it as a layer action, that's probably
I have
cooler.
to use my spell slots to use any spells. So, yeah, I think there is an outfit in the corner. I'm trying to think. It just looks like a sexy pot, I guess. I don't know. I can't think of what an imprisonment outfit looks like. I guess a lot of chains. And it's going to...
High fashion
Yeah,
cage.
and she is going to... It is going to start moving independently and start casting a spell.
Have you ever seen a little film called The Fifth Element? Can I actually get for balancing so that you can just instantly imprison anyone who ever
sure.
comes to your lair? Let's do an Arcana contest. Dan has posted a haute couture cage gown, it looks like. So there it is.
24.
Wow. Let me double check my stats here. Where's that? Oh. All right. 7! Oh no! Rosalie's too angry. She's not thinking clearly.
Yeah, so I imagine what's essentially going to happen is this mannequin of DiCaprio in this outfit she wore, the haute couture cage or whatever. Chains are going to start coming out of it and grappling onto Rosalind and pulling her towards like a punch bowl or something like that, some vessel in here. But like if she chills out, I'll stop it. But if she's not, yeah, she's going in the box until she can calm down.
No, she's still going sicko mode. She's blasting fire breath. She's scratching your beautiful floor. She's throwing things and yelling at people. Has to be dragged, kicking and screaming. Does she get pulled magically into a punch bowl, or you're just like into the dress, which just restrains her?
Yeah, it's going to be it's imprisonment, so I'm a prisoner in something. So yeah, it's going to be like a punch bowl or some kind of vessel that's nearby, a red Solo cup.
That's very good.
The ultimate party foul.
Shrunk down and put in the little red Solo cup is very good. Yeah, she. So this is there's many different types of imprisonment. This one is called Minimus, I think. But yeah, you just see a little red dragon peeking out over the edge. Tengu lizard in the red Solo cup. Schmegglesby, the blue dragon, on the floor. Not too grievously injured, but did just got birthed and mauled in the delivery room. You know, not great.
Can I push a little chocolate into her mouth? Because I still have uses of it. Just gives her a little bit of health back.
Yeah. Thanks. I still have goblin voice.
I would like everyone here to practice decorum. Of course, we are a civilized nation. We should not be resorting to absurdity. It is, after all, Ulysses' big day. Please.
How is Orlando reacting to what just happened?
I mean, he is a guest, obviously. You can probably tell he's extremely angry, but is not lashing out quite the way Rosaline did. He also did recently get his ass beat. So, yeah, I would say there is a moment here to say or do things before he is going to try to assert control. He's ostensibly in charge, but events are overtaking him.
I was gonna say, can we do some kind of like big group like we're awesome check or something like that? Something to like command the authority of the room. I don't know if that's like persuasion or just charisma or something like that, but like it's my house. Like I want people to listen to me to some degree, even if they're not, they can be stronger, but take that stuff outside if you're gonna do it then.
Well, an interesting thing about this whole arc has been that you were crushing it as a host. Every time I asked for some kind of role, everyone was really excited about everything you were doing. You all were very deft at the managing the viewing experience to the scrying crystal. Like you had built up so much goodwill over this whole thing while embarrassing your mom. It's very funny that it all has come crashing down like this, it's good. I think it's a fun thing to do. I am thinking maybe charisma saves against the crowd.
All right, I'm good with that. Rex will simply, because his two sisters, have had their speeches. He will simply address everyone here and say, quite simply, the world is changing and we are changing as a species. The Cookie Mountains is unprecedented. This is unprecedented. We change with the times, and we survive. To show fear at this would be cowardly. And I will make my saving throw.
13.
20.
13.
Everyone got above average, so the crowd doesn't get more negative to you, but you do not immediately get a standing ovation. They don't start chanting "Rudy, Rudy," and carrying you away. Here is what I will say is that there's a kind of stunned hush that falls over the dragons as they try to absorb the knowledge that everything's about to change, and that we just had the bicentennial of peace in the Cookie Mountains at the beginning of this campaign, and now it looks like we're about to be plunged into some kind of war here for the future. And as you all are standing around, some people trying to process what's going on, other people already having processed and getting preemptively angry and scheming, and because everyone has their own things going on, you all hear a piercing whistle from outside of DiCaprio's lair.
Yeah, Rex assumes that is means Ulysses has probably made his choice, so he will quite confidently just walk out of the room to the outside.
Yeah, Maximus, you lead the way outside of the lair, and you, because this is a museum built into the side of a mountain, and you look outside. Perception checks?
Okie dokie.
Perception.
Botch.
25.
Crit 20.
Wow, 25 botch and crit. What a fascinating series of rolls. So the party succeeds, and I think the crit and botch are going to cancel out. Here is what happens, is you all step out into the night at this party, all thrumming with, adrenaline. You just saw like a vicious mauling after making like one of the most important speeches of your lives. It's like your whole body is vibrating practically. As you step out into like the chilly air of the night, look around, like, where is the source of that whistle? Who's doing that? And suddenly there is a whoosh, and the botch is someone zips by DiCaprio with a weapon drawn, and it would have just put it through your body. But with the crit, Doc Hop, you see the blur of the assailant and are able to intervene. I am going to describe what this person looks like as you describe what you do to stop DiCaprio from having a new orifice.
Is Keeper trying to murder our sister again?
Oh god. I think the way that Hop tries to intervene here is that she gets her body in between her sister and the assailant, and because she is a hydrothermal explosion dragon, I think this is a blast of steam that is like very compressed and forceful to sort of knock whoever this is, just sort of deflect them with air pressure.
Ooh, that's very good. Yeah, I like that a lot, because they're just a blur. You don't even realize who it is at first, but you are able to blast away whatever the blur of colors is. And I'm going to describe this person, who is human-sized. I'm representing them in a way that is going to be confusing to you in the Roll20, but will be cleared up in a moment.
Okay, all right.
They appear to be human-sized, 6 foot or so. They're 2 arms, 2 legs. They appear to be flying through the air on a magic carpet. This is a magic item you're all well aware of, but it moves somewhat strangely. I think anytime you've ever seen a magic carpet, which are fairly common in this world, they are just like horizontally laid out. People stand on them. The carpet moves. The person gets off. Pretty simple. This one moves like liquid flowing around the feet of this person. And there is only one person, this assailant, who has a strange spear, which is a kind of spiral helix spear. You would need to look at it closer to know exactly what it is, but it strikes you as a strange weapon. So that's 2 things about this person. The third is that they are wearing a mask. It is a almost crude, childish mask. It is not like a fine quality. It is like a kind of mocking character of some sort of fiendish face. You're not even sure what species it is supposed to be. So that is 3 things: magic carpet, spear, mask. The 4th thing is wrapped around one of their hands like medical tape on a boxer is a glowing red ribbon, which you immediately know is an Encode Thought ribbon from Sycorax's Horde.
I assume I see this too with the 25, right?
Yeah, this person zooms by, almost runs DiCaprio through with the spear. Hop blasts them away. They pivot the carpet, never leaving touching their feet as they flip, pivot, and regain their balance, spin around. They appear to be going to fly back at you. So first of all, I'm just gonna say roll initiative because they don't say anything.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
7. Bad.
6.
Holy Lord.
11.
All right, Doc Hop, you're first. You blast this person away, and it takes a second for your two siblings to adjust to what's going on. You just had the reflexes on this one. This person is a humanoid wearing a mask on a magic carpet with a strange spear, and it is your turn. They're just floating there, clearly about to dive back in and start attacking again.
Can I tell what category they are? As in, are they a person? Are they a monster? Do I have that much information?
I do not think so, no. If there's a specific spell, you can tell me what the spell is, and I'll tell you if it applies. But their mask is specifically obscuring whatever they are.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're probably not a monster. I was looking at Hold Monster, and I'm guessing they're probably not one of those.
No, I will say monster is specifically tried to use mostly for people with non-human intelligence, and this appears to be a person in that
I
definition.
assumed that was the case, but I don't know for certain, so I'm talking stuff through out loud. We're outside, right?
Yep, you are explicitly outside of DiCaprio's lair. There are a couple of stars twinkling in the night sky. It's beautiful out. If you weren't being attacked, it would be very nice.
I'm sat on that level 9 spell slot that I haven't used, and is this a setting where I can rain fireballs down, or is that overkill and gonna fuck up my sister's home?
It's definitely a fuck up your sister's home situation, yeah. I know this is the second time this arc I've seemingly taken away your big spell, but I'm telling you, it's going to win every single fight you deploy it in, so it's just the ones in people's houses are going to be a choice.
I'm going to use a 9th level spell slot on the 7th level spell Force Cage.
Okie dokie. So an invisible cage of force springs up around them. At the end of your turn, legendary action, I'm actually using an existing sheet here. I have an ability called End Magic. Costs 2 actions. Cast Dispel Magic. So, this person raises up a hand, and the red ribbon around their hand glows fiercely. All three of you feel an anger rise in you. I think you have felt the nostalgia ribbon, which made you feel wistful, and Doc Hop, you used it on some soldiers to make them stop fighting, and then of course the attachment ribbon has helped you feel each other's feelings. This one appears to be an extremely powerful negative emotion, and they just use it to blast through. The cage is invisible, but they swing the ribbon through and just shatter it apart invisibly. It is now this person's turn, and they are going to fly on the magic carpet directly at you, Hop, who has made yourself the target, and they are going to try to stab you with their strange spear.
What is Hop's health currently?
Oh god, where is it? I gotta find it again. Not ideal is what I'll say for now.
I will use my new item then.
Well, you were all at the party, so you all should have used your hit dice to heal.
Oh,
you should all be
yes.
full.
Okay, yes. I am at full. That is okay, yes. I have
Okay.
2 things written down here. I am at full because of the rest, yes.
You take 84 damage as the flying carpet attacker goes through you. Essentially, it comes out the other side, spear covered in steam. It just blasts through you for your whole body, because you are an adult dragon.
What was that? 84
84
damage. Okay.
Mhm. And they are now completely wreathed in your the hydrothermal explosion, obscuring their whole body. And it is DiCaprio's turn.
Psychic Crush. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Let me double check something here. I have advantage against spells. So.
Just spells.
Just spells. That's what it says. Yeah.
To be fair, I have that too, so it's not like we can complain.
I don't know. I can't complain, Dan. It's hurting us this time.
No,
Watch
we can't.
me.
It's impossible.
22 is my roll there.
All right. You will take 21 damage.
All right. Yep. You try to crush the mind of this rider, and they reel back a little bit, but their mind is not shattered completely, which would have been bad for them. Let me see how much hate. That's so much HP. Wizards of the Coast. Come on. That's very funny. It's a funny amount of HP for someone to have. Looks like it's it's not Rex's turn, because at the end of your turn, DiCaprio, the rider, who is some distance from you, thrusts their strange spear forward. It pierces through the air in front of them, as if ripping through space-time, and it comes out through a similar hole in the universe behind you, and then stabs you in the back, if I get this roll correct.
If this is a attack, I will use my item to make it target my AC.
All right, and the roll is 24.
I have 25 AC.
All right, so that does not hit. So this is the first time you've used your sweatband of Ri'Chard's Psymons, the
Yes,
mind flayer exercise guru.
Yeah, Rex hits a perfect split, and DiCaprio magically mimics it, and the spear passes above her head.
All right, and then it's your turn, Rex, having saved DiCaprio from another brutal stab. But you know that this person can stab from anywhere, seemingly.
I am going to start biting them, and that will be that's shit. 22 and 20.
AC. Neither of those are gonna hit.
Oh, none of them hit. That's not great. Okay. That is my turn. I am standing next to it, so at the very least, if it tries to run away and doesn't have a way to stop it, I might bite them.
End of your turn. Legendary action attack 34.
Yeah, I'll let that happen.
All right. You take 13 damage as they stab you with their strange spear. You see it up close. It's like someone took a long, elegant spear and like twisted it to make it like a drill bit almost. That now that you're up close, that's kind of the way you're seeing it. It's hard to describe, but it seems slightly melted and twisted.
Can I try to identify this?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard to do an investigation in the middle of a fight, but I think that's the correct roll here.
Okay. Oh, this will be my first time doing an investigation with a positive number. So beautiful. 20.
Oh, 20 is very good. That's not a crit, but it is a 20. Here's what I'll say. If you are willing to take another stab, you can get a good enough look at it to know what it is.
Is that gonna give me... I mean, I've already rolled, so I might as well.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna take the damage again?
Yeah, sure.
11 more damage. This time they go to stab you. And right before it hits you in the chest, it rips through the air and comes out in another spot and stabs you. It's like an unguardable lance, it seems, almost. But now you get it's sticking out of your body, and you get a very good look at it. The strange twisting, spiraling aspect of it appears to be the naturally occurring texture of a unicorn horn.
Okay, thinking here for a second. So if I go down the list of items here, there was a magic carpet, a spear, and a mask. This sounds to me like the javelin that Viola prepared for, the javelin Viola prepared for Ulysses. Is this person the same build as Viola when she's a human?
I will say, because you got a 20, you look around, you see Viola, the puce dragon, Komodo dragon style person, watching from the ground, as all the other dragons are. She's looking up at you. You look down. You make eye contact. There she is.
Is Sycorax here?
You look around, you see Sycorax the steel dragon, wandering away from the party strangely. Like, she's still here, but she's not watching intently. She has... I don't know if you all failed your medicine checks. I don't know if you know what's going on with her. She's acting very strangely.
I mean, we don't know what species this person is, right? We only know that they're humanoid, so this could be almost anything.
Correct.
Is this fucking Ulysses just jumping us?
I have witch sight. I can see the true form of any shape changer or creature concealed by illusion or transmutation magic within 30 feet of me. Does that allow me to see unobstructed what this thing is?
So yeah, I think you always have that active, and it's helped you a lot here. You look at the rider, and they appear to be a person wearing a mask. There's no magic altering, or there's no magic hiding who they are. There's no illusions or anything.
Fuck it, I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna punch it.
Yeah,
I'm
punch.
I'm really out of options at this point. 20 to punch.
20 does not hit. No.
No, okay. I've got very few options at this point.
All right. At the end of your turn, it's going to be an attack against you, Doc Hop. Just a spear stab from the unicorn. 19.
19 does hit my AC.
Okay, that's gonna hit, and then it's going to. That was the legendary action. It is then going to be the rider's turn, and they spin the lance all around them, stabbing it seemingly random places in the air as it comes out near all of you. So this is going to be. Here's
I will
two
use
more.
my thing on DiCaprio.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. One,
Well,
two,
both of those
three.
hit, I think, anyway.
The rolls are 37, 29, 27, and 33. 2 for Hop, 2 for Rex, 1 for DiCaprio. Those all are going to hit no matter what, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see 4 numbers, and you said there are 5 attacks?
The 5th one was the legendary action, which I already know hit, that I haven't rolled for yet.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So, DiCaprio, you take 18. Hop, you take 28, and then Rex, I'm going to give you the crit, and you're going to take 45.
Okay.
And then it is DiCaprio's turn. This rider is stabbing the shit out of all of you.
I'm just going to try to cast Psychic Crush again. So another intelligence saving throw.
All right, with advantage, 16.
That is a fail. You will be stunned and take 12d6 damage.
Okay. I think at this point, you want to paint me the picture of what this looks like? Are you doing anything specifically?
I mean, I want to rip this thing apart if you're giving me the option. Like, are you at, how much control do I have, Austin?
Oh, they still have plenty of HP. I was just asking what it looks like.
Oh, then I'm snapping my fingers and trying to turn his brain into jelly. I don't.
Okay, yeah, you snap your fingers, the person snaps back as if hit in the face by a blow, and their mask slips, and you see behind the mask is what appears to be a Warforged, one of the robot people we've been talking about this arc. But there is something strange about it, which is that it has clicking mandibles. It is, in fact, a Thrycreen Warforged.
No, he just took our ideas and pushed them together.
The person has staggered back. They are stunned, but you know that this is a robot bug, specifically the Dubia roaches that Rex invited and the Warforged that DiCaprio invited have somehow done something here.
Yeah, I guess perception check to find where Ulysses is.
Yep, feel free.
14.
It feels like a real slight against my my offered up domain that there's no slard in this.
You look around with you rolled a 14. I'll say you looked at the crowd and you see all the dragons here. You do not see Ulysses.
They would be stunned for a minute, so I'm going to just fucking wail on them, I guess. I believe stun gives you advantage to hit, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right.
Okay, let me do this. Okay, that's a crit. I have to get the second roll out of the way, though. Then we have next attack, and then so that is a crit, 31, a 25, and a 28.
Holy shit. So you, this person is stunned on their magic carpet. You crit as you bring the whole might of a red dragon down on a human-sized robot person and begin crunching all their shit apart.
Yeah, fuck. It's hard to describe what happens to with something that big of a size difference.
It's not good.
I think this is like Rex brings his two claws.
Fuck, I missed a perfect. There was a Yo Mama joke there, so devastating. Dan would have had to quit the show. Fuck.
Well, you missed your chance. Rex like fucking locks his front claws together and smashes it down on this small folk, driving it into the ground as he chases it down to the ground, and then just starts wailing on it. This is like fucking. He's digging a hole with this creature's body, and now I have to roll a bunch of dice. So give me a second here.
You may just do enough damage that this changes the like. I don't think you're gonna take all their hit points, but I think this might just be a point where you do something so completely devastating that we gotta think about things in a new way.
Plus 2d6.
I have a number in my head, and it's a funny number. If that helps.
Okay.
What number I'm trying to see.
Give me a moment. Good. Hold on.
It's cracking me up to think about this number.
35 plus 7 plus 14. Plus 7 plus 21 plus 6 plus 24. 114 damage.
Wow, that's more than 69. So you slam the rider to the ground and start crunching them all to shit, and their body comes completely unglued and unstapled and unfolds in your mouth and grows and grows and grows until you are holding by the nape of his neck Ulysses the Uranium Dragon.
All right, that was a good shot. It's legally what we would consider here a dick move.
You're saying that as you're mauling Ulysses, and you brush against that red ribbon that he has, and you are filled with a indescribable rage. You're completely like go red, and are almost unable to stop yourself from continuing attacking him, even though you know it's his birthday. Actually, Constitution saving throw to not go into a frenzy from touching the ribbon.
Okie dokie. All right, hold on. Back to my sheet. I'm good at these. 19.
That's perfect. Yeah, you are able to pull away and maybe even rip the ribbon off. Because
that was going to be my follow-up. Is it seemed like he's being driven insane by a magical rage ribbon?
Yeah, it certainly took his like, hey guys, I picked my small folk form. Look how cool look at all the presents I got for my birthday. Into I'm going to try all this shit out on my friends. And you throw the ribbon to the ground as he flops there in front of everybody, breathing hard. Everyone around is gathered, looking concerned but also interested. I think the people whose gifts were on display knew it was him the whole time. I think Viola is like has a look in her eyes like, yep, that's the spear I gave him. And you see that look of recognition from a couple other people as everyone tries to assess what's going on. It seems I mean, people know Ulysses. They know he likes to fight. This isn't actually that strange, even though he did take it pretty far.
I think Rex kind of looks down at this ribbon, and then tries to spot if, like, Sycorax has wandered off at this point. Because he remembers that fucking, like, 3 weeks ago, or almost a month ago, I think we determined that, she was having weird conversations with somebody that seemed nefarious. So he's trying to determine, was this, like, an intentional, like, situations she set up, or is this just incidental because she gave fucking crocodile to a 21-year-old?
Yeah, Yorkie Aarakocra reported to you that Sycorax was seen talking to nobody, is what happened. You went to talk to her, and that was a very confusing conversation for everyone in and out of character. I will say, if you hadn't rolled during that fight to notice Sycorax walking away from the party, and maybe you would have lost her. I think that's like, you try to find her now, and she is gone, like, you know, she's a dragon. She's gone several miles just into the forest, just walking, if you all want to catch up to her. Obviously, there are a number of ancient dragons here. They all blast Ulysses with healing magic without him even having to ask. He's back up. He's fine. He's like, that was crazy. I was so strong. Did you see that?
Question, do they blast us with healing magic?
That's a great question. I think,
Because I'm sitting here at about 12 hit points, and I'm about to die, so I think...
I am on 8.
216.
yeah, I was gonna say if your moms were here, they would each heal you, but Desdemona left, Rosalie is in a solo cup, and Sycorax has literally just wandered off. So you all, I don't know who's gonna win Mother of the Year award, but none of your 3 are in contention. I think if you ask your dad, he will heal you, but I think an important point is that he does not take the initiative to do so.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I wouldn't
Yeah,
ask
and even
him for it.
Barvis after this isn't taking the initiative. Oh well. Yeah, Rex will get on the fucking sibling Slack channel and be like, that ribbon from your mother hop caused this. Do we want to confront her about this? She was being incredibly sketchy earlier.
Oh gosh, I suppose.
Or quite frankly, do we want to just leave this for another day? Because you two look like hell warmed over.
You know what I want? I wanna finish Ulysses' big day, and anything else we gotta deal with can wait like 20 minutes.
Ulysses, covered in blood, spinning his lance around recklessly, says, I picked 2. I combined them. Dangerous things. Weapons are dangerous, and I'm going to have the bugs and the robots make robot bugs and connect their tunnels. Thank you for the birthday. I had a great time. Who wants to fight?
And which lair? Which place are you putting the things in?
Metal tunnels, dirt tunnels.
Well, they're too physical Are you lifting up the structure the Warforges were making and just burying that in the desert, or?
Big tunnel. Big tunnels.
Okay.
And you didn't fancy the slot or the infinitely recursive nowhere space?
I love you, Ant Hop. You're the best. Is there any more cake?
Hey, do you want the slot not as like protectors of your horde, but like little jesters that can hang around and be silly for you?
I will enjoy their antics, yes. I think someone's going to
Okay.
claim that weird mountain. It seems pretty cool. It's just not for me.
That sounded exactly like when I did a escape room with my best friend. At the end, he asked like, "Oh, who is like who is like doing the least helpful?" And the proctor there looked at him and said, "You were very enthusiastic," and that's all he had to say.
Honestly, if it's up for grabs, Hop is like, well, if I'm gonna have to start fresh, that's honestly kind of a cool lair. I don't want the slard really, but
If there are blue ladies among the slot, maybe we could talk.
There are blue slot.
if there's a particularly tall blue slard, they can stay.
I'm going after Sycorax.
Okay. Yeah, this to end the Ulysses arc, this is the question. Are we doing some kind of confrontation with Sycorax as she wanders into the darkness, or are you staying for Ulysses' party? Ulysses is telling everybody how much you like the gifts. Thank you, Rosaline, for the spooky cursed mask. Where's Rosaline? Has anyone seen Rosaline?
Yeah, I think, Ulysses can have fun, and that will kind of get, the party at the end for them. I think we have to confront Sycorax, and if Rex sees DiCaprio heading off, he's going to follow, so she doesn't get torn in half by a potentially unstable ancient dragon.
Okay, yeah. With that decision, I will say Ulysses welcomes everybody back into the party at DiCaprio's. He's the life of the party. Everyone's excited. People are going to explain to him the big announcement you made about small folk, but he is not letting it get him down. He had a great time. He's satisfied. He is your stalwart ally, and he's going back. So if the 3 of you want to wander off into the darkness under the moon light, the only thing showing the steel ahead of you as Sycorax weaves between trees, that is the time to do this now.
I didn't want to decide for everybody, so if Hop does want to stay behind and celebrate Ulysses, I totally get that.
No, she just wanted to make sure that, like, the whole reason we were here hadn't been forgotten. She wanted to make sure this wasn't like Ulysses is secretly fuming in the corner going, "You ruined my big day, I didn't get a chance to pick my thing."
You had a great time. No, listen, you've let a lot of people
Okay.
down this season, but Ulysses is not one of them.
That's honestly all Hop needed to know right now. Everyone else being pissed off is one thing, but the baby's got to be happy.
Yeah. He, for the record, his small folk form is Robot Bug. I didn't know how that was going to turn out, but I gave it some thought, and both those layers were equally impressive to him, and so that's what he's doing.
He loves Silk Song. He just loves it. He loves all the... Oh, fuck. His lair is the path of pain from Hollow Knight. It's just unsecured saw blades everywhere.
Exactly. I'm so glad you see the vision. You don't need to roll to catch up to Sycorax because she is not trying to evade you. She is just kind of stumbling around, and eventually you can all catch up and do whatever you want.
Does it seem like she's stumbling with a purpose, or is this like she's in a fugue state, just wandering into the woods?
I guess insight. There's been like 4 episodes since you rolled insight on her.
15.
For the 15, I'll say it seems like she thinks she's doing something, but it's not clear what that is. It seems like she is in some kind of strange fugue state. She's like mumbling, just like, and I said the happy birthday, and there's everyone's there, and we're getting so small that the presents, and she's just like mumbling.
Yeah,
I almost went to buy Joe Biden again.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
no. Rex will call out to her as DC, like, this doesn't seem suspicious. This seems more worrying than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
T will call out. He's actually starting to think maybe she wasn't actually talking to anyone, which is almost more worrying. He'll call out to her and go, "Sycorax, you okay? You've wandered off right before the party came to a conclusion."
Dexterity saving throw as she yells, "Fuck you, Orlando," and shoots a acid breath over her shoulder at your voice.
Okay. 17.
That succeeds. You can dodge it without taking any damage, but she was aiming for you in a real way. That was a full steel dragon breath weapon attack. And she just fired it at you without really even being sure who you were.
Mm-hmm. But she's only reacting to, like, sound, right? At this point, like, she can see him if she turns around. Is she, like, actively, like, seeming to notice that he's there beyond that?
It's not clear what she sees or notices anymore. She yells, "Fuck you, Orlando," and fires her breath weapon in your general direction. You leap out of the way.
I want to test something real quick. I'd like to cast the spell Major Illusion, and I'd like to make an illusion of Hop near Sycorax to make sure she's not just going to kill it if we approach.
Yeah, I was thinking something similar there.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even going to roll. I think if you create an illusion of a Hop near her, she says, "My hoppy woppy, come here." And she tries to hug it and goes right through it and face plants directly into a tree, falling over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over physical and all. You doing all right there, huh?
I miss my Hop. She used to be so small.
Yeah. How much have you had to drink tonight, huh?
4.
4.
5.
Yeah, 5.
Mm-hmm. They're so fast, and they kick so much.
What are so fast and kick so much?
The drinks.
What drinks are fast and kick?
The dogs and the frogs.
It's like listening to my mom after she had her stroke. I hate this.
Sorry.
Are there
Yeah.
like splattered slod on her? Like, did she go to the fucking non-Euclidean mountain and just blow her brains like all over the ground? Like, what happened here?
I mean, I think she's been killing and eating small folk throughout the party.
Okay, that's all
Yeah.
right.
Which
Yeah,
small folk has she been eating?
This a slod in the knolls. It sounds like to you.
okay, yeah, this makes
Is
sense
it
now.
possible that she's eaten a slard and it's fucked her brain up?
Medicine check to see if she has slod poisoning, which is real. Now that you say that.
Yeah, okay.
I'll roll that too because I've got my doctor's coat.
Yeah.
11. Who knows?
I'm gonna add a D10 to that. 19 total.
19 and 11. I will say, yeah, with this, so you rolled medicine checks on her before when you were just talking to her at the party, and you failed because you were just looking at a woman, but now she is laying on the forest floor and you're able to get a better look at her. Doc Hop, you've seen your mom sick before. She is clearly sick. She had radiation poisoning. She said that people cured it with magic, which you assume is true. That's a relatively easy spell. But just because she is cured doesn't mean there aren't any neurological effects. I don't know how much about radiation poisoning either Laura or Doc Hop knows. I think what you figure out is your mom wanted to experience what it was like to die of radiation poisoning. She got as close as she could, and then thought she fixed it. But she's like fucked up now. She has like brain lesions that were not fixed by the magic, which got rid of the radioactivity, but did not get rid of the changes in like neurological structure.
This is the point where I have to ask questions like, does she have a will, and does her will or like have anything in it that's a provision for like, if you are mentally incapacitated, should I kill you and put you in the revival queue so that gets sorted?
Whoa.
What's
I was about to
like,
pitch that too.
Yeah, it was also like, do we have to mercy kill Hop's mom?
I'm looking for the equivalent of like, what's the opposite of a do not resuscitate order? Like, does she have a please kill me and put me in the queue order?
Yeah, like her I partied too hard in case of emergency break glass.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about dragon culture is it's pretty cutthroat. I assume that when dragons die, their ship becomes free for all, and whoever's strongest gets it. So unless anybody has a different pitch for how this works, I think it is kind of strongest person decides what the law is, and you just deal with if someone stronger disagrees. But your dad is also the oldest, and therefore, he probably gets final say. I think that is a pretty interesting ending to this arc, is you mercy killing your mom in the forest outside of Ulysses' birthday party. I think that's a crazy thing to happen on a podcast. That's the kind of podcast I would want to listen to.
It's because like I want to talk out loud. The thought I was having is either that or Hop, who has already used Wish once this episode and would be considerably harming herself to try and use it again this quickly, tries to, at the expense of some of herself, sort her mum out.
Yeah. I have like a list of like storylines open here. Things like, the Numenon and the Megalon. I don't know why everything rhymes this season. I feel like the two options here are like Sycorax goes to the cult was one storyline, and Hop begins spending herself is another storyline, and both of those I think have dramatic tension that lead to outcomes that we could explore.
Okay.
So
let me pitch you this, Austin.
Mm-hmm.
We kill my mum and put her in the queue. Her stuff would be up for grabs if left unattended. Hot is coming to terms with the fact that her hoard is going to dry up and cease existing. What if she takes on her mother's hoard until she gets back? So that her hoard is not left unattended.
I think you killing your mother and her being gone, one of the immediate effects is you do have unfettered access to all of the encode thought ribbons she has. You basically raid that entire stash, and we could talk about that during downtime. I will say that the most valuable thing she had was the loom, which was stolen by the Cymbalines, unfortunately. But you still, we will do a whole scene of you going through the ribbons, and maybe that will have ongoing consequences.
I like this actually, because I have a lot of thoughts about what could be in those ribbons for a downtime scene.
Just to go, to get it out there, because I think Rex would have said, we could, if this was Dad's ex-wife, I would hope that if he had any remaining affection for her, he might help. But I don't think using a wish is a good idea, because I think she needs to deal with the actual consequences of this.
Yeah, I will say that you think your understanding of your dad and Sycorax's relationship is that he pissed him the fuck off. She pissed him off when they were together, and he's pissed off at her now because she got the loom stolen. Your gut instinct is he'd be like, yeah, snap the bitch's neck. Who cares? Fuck off.
I think DiCaprio is also going to pass along that you two almost defeated Dad. So I think the time that we need to go to him for approval might be passing.
Hop walks over to her mother and takes her to a quiet corner somewhere away from everything else, and looks her in the eyes, and with a tone and delivery that she has used to Hop many times over the years. This is probably the first time Hop has returned this. She says to her mother, I do this for your own good. And Hop kills her mother.